round the face of things so well.
That's beyond Barnes. Well controlled by Durant on the run. Good piece of defending though by White. Nisbet doing well to create some space for himself. Richard Gough, I think, may take that all the way back to Woods. Barnes doing well with Ian Ferguson. There's Nisbet. Coming off Barnes for the Rangers throw. Nisbet playing with lots of urge in the right back spot for Rangers. Here's McCoist. Ferguson was offside. So a free kick to Celtic at the corner of their own box. It's back already with Pat Bonner. Here's Aiken. Protecting his two young centre-backs, Lex Bailey, 21 years old. Derek White, 19. There's Bartram. Bailey going in heavily behind Ali McCoist. Free kick to Rangers. So there's the Rangers dugout. Graham Souness substitute this afternoon. Walter Smith also with some instructions. Played in by Wilkins. Gough going up with Bailey, who wins it for Celtic. Here's Durant. Blocked by Barnes, but at the expense of a corner kick to Rangers. So there's the Celtic bench. Billy McNeill in the corner, allowing that short corner to be taken to Celtic defence. Here's Ian Ferguson. And Celtic were undoubtedly caught napping at the corner kick. What a chance for Ferguson. The corner kick was taken short with no covering Celtic players. This cross coming in. Roy Aiken couldn't reach it as he backpedaled furiously. It's well controlled here by Ian Ferguson, but the shot is off target.
I thought the boys should have done better. They had a clear chance to strike the goal at least there, Jock. And it just maybe shows the nervousness in his first game in an Old Firm match.
So Celtic now trying to hit back. Careless one from McAvenny, allowing Bartram to intercept. Here's Wilkins. Good control under pressure from McStay. Good running again by Ferguson, breaking off to the right. The early ball inside, and there's Roy Aiken taking the ball away, choosing not to use Bonner. Here's Durant now going into the box. The clearance by White, and some uncertain defending once again by Celtic. And Roy Aiken, the captain, appeared to be caught in two minds about whether to use his goalkeeper or clear it himself. So anxious moments these for Billy McNeill in the Celtic dugout. There's Durant, obstructed by White. That's a free kick to Rangers. The Rangers now enjoying a good spell of pressure.
Yeah, well, it all stemmed really from Big Roy taking a chance in his own penalty box area, and Roy should know better than that.
So the free kick will be taken by Ray Wilkins for Rangers. Billy going up to head the ball on towards safety. Here's Durant retrieving it. Bartram. Aiken going up with McCoist. McCoist has possession for Rangers, and there's no one waiting at the far post area. Roy Aiken having a little bit of a discussion in heated fashion with Pat Bonner. So Ian Ferguson goes back, and these two Celtic subs may well be seen before very long, because Celtic for the moment going through a very dodgy patch.
Yes, well, they had a wee spell just for about 10 minutes there, and I was ready to say they seem to be taking a bit of control, but now it's going to the other end, and I think that's the way this game's going to go. There's such an open play about the both sides that I think we're going to have to, it's going to be that way, this type of match.
But still no goals with 10 minutes left in the first half, as Walters goes back, but that just finds Andy Walker for Celtic. Crowded around by three Rangers players. Durant has gone back to defend.
It's just a point, Jock, that Rangers have changed Ian Durant to the right-hand side of midfield in place of Ian Ferguson. And it's maybe just a thing that the lads find a wee bit difficult in a very, very important match for this, with the pace so frenetic that they've now decided to play the lad up front.
So that's Ian Ferguson with Ali McCoist in attack. Durant back into midfield, and handball there against Ian Ferguson. Linesman on the far side, and the referee of one mind, Jack Box from Galston, is the far side linesman. Played forward by Morris. The ball swerved out, so the throw can be taken a bit further on, I think. The referee indicating that Bartram can come forward some 7 or 8 yards. McCoy's trying to hold off Billy. Back it goes to Wilkins inside. On the far side is Nisbet, always willing to come forward on the right. Started his career as a centre forward, so certainly no stranger to these attacking positions, and well tackled by Andy Walker. That throw has to be taken a few yards further back by Derek Ferguson. Ian Ferguson. He's away from White, but over-carrying the ball slightly. So Ian Ferguson learning early on all about old firm football.
I see also now, Jock, that Mark Walters is now operating the right and Ian Durrant in the left. There's so many changes with his chess. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, the urgency and the commitment of the players is the most important factor here just now.
Good leap by Gough to beat Billy Stark in the air. Burns penalised for tackling high. Ian Ferguson linking with Derek Ferguson on the right. Aiken to the cross, using that tremendous pace. And Derek Ferguson is forced to concede the goal kick to Celtic. The pace of Aiken, Alex, something which is not often commented upon, but obviously a very important aspect of his game.
Absolutely, he's marvellous pace, Big Roy. And he's also, he senses things. You know, that good defenders sense danger, and Roy's like that, and he sensed the threat there, and he was across quickly to snub it.
Gough commanding in the air against McAvenny. Challenged by Bartram. There's Durrant nodding it on towards Derek Ferguson. Billy Stark is in quickly with the tackle. Joe Miller couldn't reach it in time, so that's a throw. Well, it's been given to Celtic. That's a surprise. Certainly appeared to be a Rangers throw. Here's Andy Walker, laying it inside for Miller. Shrugged aside there by Wilkins. Good play though by Tommy Barnes for Celtic. Here's Paul McStay. It's a great effort from McStay, brilliantly saved by Chris Woods. Just at a point where we thought that Paul McStay had a quiet spell in the match, he burst to life. Now just look at the power in this shot. As the pass comes forward from Tommy Barnes, McStay with one thought in mind, and that was splendid goalkeeping by Woods.
Yes, we've seen Paul do that once or twice, haven't we? Remember the goal he scored against Iceland at Hampden Park, similar to that.
Joe Miller's corner. Here's Billy Stark. That's a fine pass back to Miller, who's onside. Commitment from Durrant, but Miller survives that challenge. Here's Ali McCoy in his own box. And that'll be a corner kick again to Celtic. Ali McCoy is going back to help in defence, leaving only Mark Walters upfield.
I'm sure young Ian Durrant got a shout from Chris Woods there, but in this noise, how could you hear?
There's Miller's corner kick, up goes Bailey! And no one at this near post. McAvenny was caught underneath the ball. Bailey is in the 6-yard box, just getting up now rather slowly. Took a knock as he fell. So Celtic a little bit light at the back with Bailey limping back upfield. There's Morris turning it back to Pat Bonner. And the man filling the gap in defence was Paul McStay. This is Barnes. McStay now coming to Lincoln midfield. Good play by Barnes. Tackled well though by Nisbet. Gough to Walters. Brought down by Derek White, and I fancy this may be the first booking of the match. Well, Derek White, I think, was caught out badly there by the pace of Mark Walters. Going across, committing himself as Walters was leaving him for dead, and that's a bad foul by the young Celtic defender.
Yeah, I think there's a booking justified there. They took him out of play when he's in an advantage there. attacking on the Celtic goal. I don't think young Derek could have any complaints over that.
The white is booked and Scott Nisbet is on the ground, the Rangers player, and he appears to need some treatment as Mark Walters has recovered. But Scott Nisbet was one of the players, I think, causing some concern before the match in the Rangers camp. He was taken off against Steaua Bucharest late in the match after playing very well indeed, and that was because he sustained an injury, and it may be that he has had a recurrence of that injury. I think that would be a bad blow for Rangers.
Yes, well, looking at the substitutes, they've got the young lad Monroe, who is of course a left-sided player, and they would have a problem someone operating in that position. But the boy's on his feet, he looks okay, we'll just see what happens.
So defiant noise from the Rangers end and from the Celtic end. The match is underway again. That layoff from Ian Ferguson, too far ahead of Nisbet. So a throw on the far side to Celtic. Just 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Still no scoring in what has been a superb match so far.
Yeah, I like how the opposing fans celebrate a mistake, Jock, in this match. What other game would do that, eh?
Well, Tommy Barnes with a throw, headed by Goff. Barnes down to McStay, calmly back to Pat Bonner. Headed by Bartram. Billy did well with Ian Ferguson. Bartram was fouled there by McAvenny. That's a free kick, all right. But the Celtic players putting Jan Bartram under enormous pressure. The young fullback seemed to be a little bit uncertain in the early stages of the match, and Celtic, of course, trying to exploit that.
As we approach half-time, Jock, I've got to say that it's 45 minutes. The spirit of the game's been marvellous. There's no bitterness in the match. Competitive, certainly. One or two little incidents, but a marvellous spirit to the game.
Well, there's Roy Aitken on the end of a trip. Celtic have a free kick. Yes, no nastiness evident. Some tough tackling, but no real problems yet for referee Bob Valentine, who I think it should be said has had a splendid match so far.
Excellent. It's a difficult game for him because I think what has impressed me about Bob is he's understood the frustrations that can build up in a match like this. There's been a bit of dissent, but he's got the experience to handle that, and in the main he's controlled the game absolutely brilliantly.
So we're in the final minute now of the first half. Andy Walker penalised for a little bit of jostling with Scott Nisbet. Ian Ferguson made a good run. He's in behind the Celtic defence. Here's Ferguson now with a cross. Too long and deep. Durant tries to retrieve it. The player getting back is Joe Miller. Wilkins trying to get it back for Rangers. With Durant to Wilkins, a chance for the cross. Pat Bonner coming to claim the ball comfortably on the 6-yard line. The counter-attack set up immediately through Tommy Barnes. Will start. He did well to turn that inside towards Barnes. This is McAvenny. Andy Walker coming in from the left. Barnes, McStay, and Joe Miller stepped back to try to make sure he remained onside. And that meant he couldn't reach the pass.
I thought actually Joe Miller did very well there. It's always very easy to criticise a player in that situation, but he was offside and he tried to get on.
So it's Chris Woods with a goal kick. We're into time added on for stoppages at the end of the first half with a couple of injuries. There's Chris Morris looking for Joe Miller. But there goes the half-time whistle. A tremendous 45 minutes football. No scoring, and Paul McStay, the player who has come closest with one tremendous effort for Celtic. Towards half-time, taking the ball from Tommy Barnes. Setting it up there from midfield. There was McStay turning. Now this is the best attacking action of the first half. A tremendous effort, brilliantly saved by Chris Woods. So the half-time score here at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Celtic 0. Join the panel in the studio right after this break.
welcome back. A typical first half of an Old Firm game, I would have thought, Sandy Clark.
Very much so, yeah. It's a tremendous commitment by everybody, and the pace is incredible. You know, I don't know if they can manage to keep it up for the next 45 minutes, but it's very, very even. There's not much between the teams.
Well, you were making the point during the first half that you wanted somebody to stand on the ball and slow it down a wee bit.
Yeah, it seems to be going very much of the way Old Firm games do go, with nobody really trying to slow the game down in midfield.
Right, well, let's have a look at some of the action. After a very brisk Celtic start, in fact, it was Rangers, Sandy, that made the first chance here, which was a mistake by Derek White.
Actually, I think we just got at the end of it there. Derek Ferguson did well. You know, he wins the ball and goes forward, and he looked up and made a great pass to, you see here, he's coming into the box now, and he looks up and makes a great pass to Matt Waters. And unfortunately, just off target with. I think it was Chris Morris that made the tackle there and made it very difficult for him.
Right, Willie, here's the next chance.
Yeah, the ball's bobbling about a wee bit here, and it is a chance, half chance, but the ball was bobbling about, and I would put that down to a half chance, really.
Well, you can have another look at it from behind the goal.
Yeah, a good run here by Walters. The shot was a bit wild, and McCoy's didn't really have a chance of putting that one in, I didn't think.
Good, so Celtic's first chance came, as we'll see, I hope, on the replay from a Chris Morris free kick and a Frank McAvenny header.
Actually, I think the Rangers defence are obviously trying to watch people like Bailey and Roy Aitken. You know, when Frank's come in there and Tendy's run really well, and it's a wee bit unfortunate. You know, it's almost
they haven't handled the cross balls too well, Rangers. I've been a wee bit disappointed in that.
In all the hurly-burly, Willie, has there anybody been standing out in your mind that might have stamped his authority on the match? McStay's done well from time to time, hasn't he?
Yeah, Paul McStay's done very well. Wilkins hasn't really got into it, but young Derek Ferguson's had a great game for Rangers, especially in the first 25 minutes.
Right, well, we now have Ian Ferguson, Sandy, missing probably the best chance of the first half, because of all the other ones, like you said, most of them are half chances, but this is a clear chance.
You know, his first touch is brilliant there, he does really well, but I think he's maybe struggling a wee bit with the atmosphere and the pressure that's on him in this game. But, you know, I think Alec Ferguson said at the time, you've got to hit the target, and he snatched at it a little bit and, you know, went by the post. It's a great chance though.
OK, Fergie seems to be enjoying himself out there back in Scottish football. Willie, let's have a look at the Paul McStay shot, which brought the first half really to an end.
Well, Paul does this very well, picking the ball up and running at defences, and having a shot from that range. He's always liable to stick it in the top corner. But it was a first-class save from Woods as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, as we say, nothing really to choose between both of the teams.
No, very tight. I think if it's going to be one, it's going to be one down the wings, especially the right wings.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, Lance. We'll see you at the finish. Arthur.
Right, teams are still off the field at Ibrox. It's time for us to take a quick break. Rejoin us for the whole of the second half live of this afternoon's game at Ibrox between Rangers and Celtic in a couple of minutes from now. Welcome back to Scott Sport Old Firm Special. Half-time score at Ibrox this afternoon. Rangers 0, Celtic 0. Everything to play for as the teams come out for the start of the second half. And we rejoin our commentary team of Jock Brown and Alec Ferguson.
Thank you, Arthur. The Rangers team is already out on the field. They've been out for a moment or two, waiting for the Celtic players to arrive. And Alec Ferguson sitting beside me. Alec, what would you have been saying to these teams at half-time?
Well, I think both managers will obviously make some valid points, but sometimes half-time does a lot of the talking itself. And what I'm saying is, it can take away the anxiety that we maybe saw in the first half. It can bring them some composure to them, settle them down. Once they've got a cup of tea, they can be more relaxed in the second half. And I feel, and I've got to go against Willie Miller here, and I would want to put a bet on it. There's bound to be goals here. And I say that because I think with someone like Billy Stark, who's not had a chance yet, will not go through a match without getting a chance. And I just feel that the way both teams are playing, there are bound to be goals.
So a fairly lengthy wait for Rangers, and the referee Bob Valentine reappears. So 0-0 at half-time. A crucial 45-minute period coming up, particularly from the Rangers' point of view. They really must be thinking in terms only of victory, whereas Celtic may well be perfectly happy to leave with a draw. So the second half about to get underway once referee Valentine is satisfied with the time check. So The second half is underway. No substitutes brought on at half-time, so both teams finishing the first half and starting the second half with the same players. But Paul McStay's taking a very early knock as Roberts plays it forward. Ian Ferguson starting off in an attacking role in the second half. Opened up the match on the right side of midfield and then was switched to the attack with Ian Durrant moving back. So Paul McStay taking a bit of time to recover from that knock he took inside the centre circle. Roberts and McAvenny together. Here's Chris Morris. Bartram did well to intercept, and that's a Rangers throw. Chris Morris pushing forward as he likes to do. Jan Bartram will be very anxious to have a good start to the second half. He looked a little bit uncertain in the first half in this incredible atmosphere. Here's Ferguson, Ian Ferguson this is. Turning inside likes Billy. Walters on the right, supporting player is Scott Nisbet. Here's Walters making for the byline. Well, a major disappointment that for Rangers. Walters now switched to the right wing. He did that after about half an hour of the first half, but not so accurate with the right foot cross.
No, I think that the boys should have done better there. As you made the point, it's more important for Rangers to this game. And I think they'll be looking for Mark Walters to do better than that.
Wilkins doing well in the air. There's Durrant on the left side of the Rangers midfield now. Turned back by Bartram to Woods. And it looks as though the pace has just dropped a little from the tempo in the first half. There's McStay trying to find Billy Stark. It's picked up though by Durrant. Ferguson is onside. Aiken goes across. It's well struck by Ian Ferguson, but Bonner's positioning was good. Well, a bit of anxiety here for Celtic with the amount of space Ian Ferguson had. He hit that very well with the left foot, but Bonner went down quickly.
Well, he did exactly what he should have done the first half. Hit the target, and if you do that, you can always score.
Corner kick, swung in by Durrant. Up goes Bonner. Excellent goalkeeping under pressure. Gough and Ian Ferguson going up with the keeper. Now this really is excellent handling by Pat Bonner. Very difficult indeed under these circumstances to take that cleanly, keep his eye on the ball and retain possession. Foul's been given for the challenge on him.
Well, I think, Jock, that Rangers have started with a lot more purpose this half. They realise the importance and it may bring its dividend.
There's good play from Roberts. Going past Morris. Billy doing well in the air. There's Stark. Robbed by Ian Ferguson. The supporting player is Derek Ferguson. Walters is on the right. Aiken goes across. This time the left-footed cross, a better one. Headed on by Durrant. There's Ian Ferguson. That's turned away by Bailey. And a fine effort from Ray Wilkins. Well, the closest yet to the opening goal. After some purposeful Rangers attacking with this bit of head play inside the box. A fine challenge by Bailey. It came to Wilkins. Bonner clearly thought that was going over at the top of the bar, and he had to be quick in the recovery.
Well, Paddy knew he made a hash of that one, you know. He should have really played that well over the bar. He'll be glad that hit it. Not good in.
Too much of a hand to the ball, perhaps, but Celtic breathe again. There's McCoy trying to turn Aiken. Back with Ferguson. Headed by Bailey. It's turned away by White. The referee has given a free kick to Celtic. A dangerous play. Durrant challenging Bailey. Well, likes Bailey, the big fellow, certainly stretched himself for a diving header clear. Well, it's perhaps a little bit hard on the attacking player.
Well, the advantage always goes to the defender, Jock, and I've always said it's unfair at times, but they get the advantage, and that was another instance.
So lots of encouragement for the Rangers fans for the start of the second half. Morris doing well. Here's Wilkins. Roberts trying to release Ian Ferguson. Bailey first to the ball that time. Here's Ferguson again, tackled by Bailey. Durant nodded in towards McCoist. McCoist trying to turn. Aiken doing well for Celtic. There's Walters. Oh, great control from Mark Walters. Well, I think that was an attempted chip shot. Didn't get enough power into it. But it's Rangers on the ascendancy at the moment, with Morris trying to change that on the break. Here's Paul McStay. Under pressure from Wilkins and Derek Ferguson as Rangers have possession again with Richard Gough. Ian Ferguson was offside. Flag is up on the near side. It looked to me as though Ferguson may well have been in line, which makes him offside.
Yeah, marginal offside. This is one of these other cases when a defender gets advantage. If you're in line with the player, with the forwards in line with the defender, he's offside, which is, to me, is a ridiculous situation.
So here's Paul McStay. Bailey doing well to win it from Durant. Now Morris is away from Wilkins. Going inside Bartram. That's a good tackle by the Danish fullback. And here's Ian Ferguson. It's 2 against 2. Ian Ferguson and McCoist against Aiken and White. And White timed that tackle well on Ferguson. Stark and Burns trying to calm things down. 2 of the 30-plus men in terms of years of age in the Celtic ranks. And McAvenny turns it out for a throw to Rangers. Good running by Wilkins. He's away from Burns. And that's well taken by Bonner on the bounce. Not at all easy for the keeper with McCoist closing in. Wilkins did well though with that forward run on the right.
I must say that young lad Ian Ferguson has started the second half at a whirlwind. He's made a magnificent contribution. And he has been the main difference. He is now threatening the Celtic defenders all the time.
It was handball against McAvenny going for the high ball, so a free kick with Bailey going up in front of Ferguson. Derek White getting there just ahead of Derek Ferguson. Couldn't reach it in time though, so that's a throw to Rangers. And most of the noise you're hearing now from the crowd is coming from the Rangers end. Here's McCoist with Aiken. That came off by Aiken. I think he tried to kid the linesman on a little bit with that claim for the goal kick. It's Walters now with the in-swinger for Rangers. Robertson, Gough are in the box. Bonner gets it away. Here's Derek Ferguson.